Oh, babe, you're always looking sad after watching Last of Us. What's going on? What's good?
All right. So first off, for those who
Oh
are
my God.
unfamiliar with the game, most of this did not happen in the game, and I think that that's a good thing. It gave you a chance to mourn Joel's loss through different characters,
Yes.
even through the town in and of itself, in a sense. As someone who's lost both their parents, like Ellie going into that closet, that was real. That was very, very real. So yeah, it's also interesting that they are interweaving both Ellie's journey and possibly Abby's journey.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you even saw Seraphites, the fact that you even saw the WLF, according to the game, you're not seeing those things until at least the halfway mark. Yeah. So I wonder how that is going to play.
I think this is another detrimental episode. Very emotional, very emotional as well. I teared up a little bit just because there's like two moments in this that I was like, damn.
No, that closet scene got me. It's getting me now.
Bella Ramsey did her shit. She came out swinging with the acting, because that scene where she jumped up out the bed and was like screaming and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I can understand because
it reverberated.
It hit her really hard because she was trying to get herself away from Joel. She didn't want to talk to Joel. And then all of a sudden, just because of his death, it hit her that she was like, damn, you could have said something to the dude or, try to mend things out or whatever. But she didn't get the chance.
I don't think that was what the character was feeling. I think the character was still
she was
back there.
Yeah.
Like she didn't realize. I think that was the first time that she kind of got her senses of like where she was and that she thought she was still there.
Yeah. Man, this episode as well as last week episode was very, very tight. This also opened up for the Seraphites as well. Another group in the game that they were crazy. They sent messages to whistling and everything, I think that was really really good as well in how and I love how they introduced these people.
They introduced them as people, and not as warriors.
Warriors, exactly.
Because that's how you are introduced to them. You are introduced to them as violent killers. But again, you're also introduced to them as violent killers against the WLF.
Yes.
And it seemed as if this group was actually trying to lead the war.
Yeah.
So
I love how they introduced them. There is so much things with the connection of Dina and Ellie, and maybe there's the fact that Ellie was trying to open something much more deeper with Dina.
No, I think it was the opposite.
And Dina seemed like, well, we were just in a moment where we kissed, but it's not that deep. That's what I feel.
No, I took that as because she's the one that started to ask those questions. You're not asking those questions unless you're trying to basically say like, I'm interested in you. Like it was Ellie who was on the reserve.
To me, I think that Ellie was more interested in her, and well, Dina was like, we're more connected as friends. But just that kiss was kind of for me to feel or have an idea how it feels kissing a girl moment type of thing.
The last thing she says in that conversation was like, "Yo, I wasn't that high."
Yeah, but
that's her. That's her telling Ellie like, "Yo, some of that was really me."
Yeah, but at the same time, that just don't feel like she's trying to get with Ellie. To me, that's what I
we took completely.
Yeah, that's what I think, because you have some girls that would have that thing that, well, I would like to feel how it feels to kiss a girl, but I'm not that interested.
I think Ellie
was involved with a girl.
I think Ellie was trying to protect herself because she does like her. So I will say that, but I definitely think that Dina was trying to feel Ellie out on how Ellie actually feels towards her. What I will say is, either way, that scene in particular just felt. This episode was so heavy in very different ways. And I felt like that was the only scene that felt
just breathing.
Yes.
A breath of fresh air type of thing.
Yes. Even though this is the episode that's a calm before the storm.
Yo.
You know that.
Yo, seriously though. I do say, I said a breath of fresh air just now. And just the idea of Seth getting up and being like, yo.
That was a surprise.
Yo.
And I was like, they keep on looking at him. So I'm like, he's gonna say something. I just don't know what he's going to say.
I definitely applaud Seth for that, bro.
Absolutely.
I love how they put Seth to the front seat and let him know that, yo, this I don't support this bullshit. We need justice.
That was a redemption for that character.
I love that. Yeah. I love how they do that. Trust me. It's wonderful. Wonderful take on Seth's character.
Yeah.
Overall, this episode was it was really good, bro. Just the setup alone for what's to come, and we haven't seen the real part of the Seraphites. The setup that leads to each of the characters in confrontation with Ellie and Dina.
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought the black guy that was at right at the shoulder of the dad talking.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna survive, because there is a black guy that's one of the final bosses of the Seraphite fight.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go into deeper of what that looks like, but I was like, okay, we see him. Oh, maybe not. But yeah, I agree. I'm really glad they took their time with this one.
Yeah.
I'm really glad they let the moment linger, breathe, and flesh out. And I'm really glad also that they did it through different, even Dina saying yo, you're not the only one. I lost him too. I loved him too. That was really powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they even just put some of that foreshadowing in episode 1, where you see them kind of playing off each other.
Yeah. Was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this one out the park. They really hit the ball out the park for this one. I mean, the episode was really good.
Yep.
And for the trailer that we see for the next episode,
it's about to be on and popping.
It looks crazy.
It's about to be on and popping. I wonder where they're going. I guess they're going. Okay, let me shut my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But guys, let us know what you think about this episode of Last of Us season 2. How you think it went on for you? Was it emotional enough for you? Was how it felt?
What would you have done differently?
You know what I mean?
If you were in the director's seat, if you were in the writer's seat, what would you have done differently, if anything?
And
Put your comments below.
And also, do you think that this version of the game, the TV version, is better on than what's in the video game itself? That's a question I need to know. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. All right.
And this is your first time. Don't let it be your last. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification so you know when we come out with the next video.
Definitely.
We will be publishing until dawn.
Until dawn tomorrow. All right. Yeah. Look for that. Of course, I'm Jay.
And I am Lainey.
And we will see you on the flip side of things.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods.